Okay, so the Sandin trade just happened. I actually can't believe it. And honestly, I don't know how you guys are going to react to my opinion on this because I'm extremely frustrated. I went from like being happy and reasoning with the deals the Leafs are making. The Toronto Maple Leafs have just traded Rasmus Sandin to the Capitals for Erik Gustafsson and a first rounder, Boston's first rounder that's just going to be at the end of the first round. So I'm just going to say right off the bat, Erik Gustafsson, productive season offensively, 38 points in 61 games, but he's also benefited from opportunity with John Carlson being out. Rasmus Sandin, 22 years old. This is a guy, I can't believe Dubas traded him, honestly. A Sioux guy, 22, I just said 22. Extremely talented, and I think a guy that can benefit big time. I think this is a trade the Leafs are going to regret. I understand this is a trade that the Leafs, again, are continuing to think in the now because maybe they flip this first round pick in another trade. But I think this is a trade. This is a W for the Capitals. I truly think. This is going to be a late first round pick. You were going to lose Erik Gustafsson for nothing. Maybe you would have got a mid round pick for him as a UFA. But at the end of the day, to me, Rasmus Sandin's future is so bright. I think people... It's so frustrating watching people give up on defensemen so early. Leaf fans were trying to throw Liljegren in garbage deals for so many years. And now Rasmus Sandin. I was willing to trade Rasmus Sandin if it meant getting a stud top six forward. That's what I was talking about the whole time. Whenever I would suggest Rasmus Sandin in a trade, it was a top six forward. And you know what's funny? I actually suggested at one point attaching Sandin and Kerfoot together, bringing some size in Anthony Mantha to Toronto and attaching a first round pick to Mantha. That's what I suggested because Rasmus Sandin, in my opinion, is that valuable. I think Sandin, 22 years old, I'm making that known so people are listening, that this guy has 3-4 years to show that the Leafs are going to regret this. Even if the Leafs have playoff success this year, I'm just saying in this deal, I'm not talking about the other moves the Leafs have made. I'm just saying this move in itself, the Leafs will regret, I believe. Unless they, one, flip the first round pick for something very valuable, or two, obviously draft someone really well to the point where, okay, the value's at Sandin or more. But I'm surprised, man. I know Sandin was frustrated going into the contract talks, and now the lineups came out and the defense pairs and Hall's in the lineup. Sandin's not. The frustration clearly is there. And the Leafs, Dubas trades Sandin to the Caps for Gustafsson and a first round pick. I'm frustrated, guys. You know what? I'm never going to be fake on this channel. But to me, a late first round pick, especially if Boston's first round pick is in like the last 4 or 5 picks, to me, Sandin's value, we've just talked about how it's hard to nail late first round picks, nail second round picks, nail third round picks. Rasmus Sandin, for me, you nailed that pick. Late in the first round, getting a guy that's already, we'll look at his stats right now. He's 22 years old. He has 20 points in 52 games, limited to, at most, second power play and third pair minutes. Like, this guy, the projections are going to keep getting better, especially with the opportunity on that left side with Orlov gone in Washington. He's going to get opportunity. By next year, he'll be half a point per game as a second pair defenseman on Washington. And I think this is a huge dub for the Caps, man. And what they're doing, they got such a great return for Orlov. And so now you can look at it as they traded Orlov and Hathaway and got a second round pick, a third round pick, and Rasmus Sandin. That is just such a W return for Washington. Such a W return. I like what the Caps are doing in terms of their retool. Dubas better have something up his sleeve. I'm telling you guys, if this is their last trade before the deadline, I'm going to have such a bad taste in my mouth. Use the first round pick now or use assets, trade someone out. I'm sorry. These talks of upgrades and Hall, Engvall, and Kerfoot still being in the lineup, and you trade Rasmus Sandin. I'm sorry. Maybe there's going to be people that disagree with me. I don't agree with this. I just don't. I think you want to win now. Sandin's good enough to win now on the third pair, and he's going to be a stud in 2-3 years. When we're talking about Rasmus Sandin at 25, 26, 27, being a really good top 4 defenseman, we'll chat about it. I think this is an L from the Leafs, especially at $1.4 million for the next 2 years. Unless, as I said, maybe I'm wrong in saying this because if they use this first round pick for another great deal, then I'm looking at it a little bit differently. But as this is, with this deal right now, sorry, I'm just all over the place. Oh my God. Bro, I did not want them trading Sandin or Liljegren unless, as I said, it was for a significant upgrade, specifically Sandin for a top 6 forward. Give me your thoughts, guys. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new. Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. I might talk about it more later and rant some more because I don't even know if this was like a top-notch rant. I'm not feeling it. I'm mixed on this trade, folks. I'm mixed. Just quickly, Erik Gustafsson. Good on you, Caps. I think you got such a dub here. We'll chat soon. Look out for a video or stream later.